husbands. You're tuned into the Real Talk Husbands of Atlanta. I'm your host, Shamea Morton, and here with me, I have Reproductive Ross, Traveling Todd, and Rough Ralph. And we're going to have some fun today, y'all. What's up, guys? How y'all feeling?
What's happening?
What up? What up?
Happening.
So I love this past week's episode of Housewives of Atlanta. The ladies were fantastic. I feel like the color was yellow for last week. Candy was rocking that beautiful yellow biker short set. Your wife with the beautiful shimmy dress
looking
for
like
the
Beyonce.
dinner. Yeah, y'all, you know, everybody was doing their thing this past week. I got to start it off with you, though. Aaron.
The rookie?
Of course. So I was watching and I didn't realize that all of y'all live in the house together. All nine of you.
9.
How's that?
Oh, man. Nah, it's good.
That's what I got from it. I was like, oh, man, how's he handling it?
Nah, it's good. I grew up like that. So,
Really?
So it's something I'm used to. And then me and Sonya, we had an opportunity to kind of go through the same situation back in Texas when my family moved into our house. So we had a little practice before we moved to Georgia. And then I've been knowing them for 19 years now. So mommy is my mom, pops is my pops, Shezzy my little sister. So it's good.
It's just me and my mom growing up. But when y'all want to have that private time where you just want to wild out, you got
we got
6, 7 other people in the crib. You can't even hit the wall. The headboard can't do nothing.
Yeah, it's sacrifices to it, of course.
You can't walk around naked.
Right.
Right, you can't have a dog out.
Exactly.
They be like, oh.
That's what I was
Done.
thinking.
You want to go to the kitchen, get a quick sandwich or something like that?
No, it's definitely sacrifices to it, but the two things, and I encourage every family that if they looking for like support, or even now that I'm seeing shit financially, I'm saving a lot of bread now.
That's awesome.
We saving a lot of bread. So
y'all aren't taking care of everybody. Everybody's just kind of
everybody's
holding out.
Yeah, all of us came from our own home.
Okay, because I thought that when she said that her sister was a hairstylist, her mom's her manager, it was kind of giving me like a Kardashian black family vibe. You know what I mean? I love that.
Money.
I love that you can keep it in the family and you can grow like that. But I was just wondering how it felt for you, seeing as though like it's not your bloodline. You know what I mean? Now it is. Of course, you've adopted them. And I think it's beautiful, but that's challenging. It's got to be.
It's family.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
now, these patties.
But it can't be forever.
Okay. I was
wondering
did you at least start out
forever.
by yourselves, or has it always been there's some family lived with you since?
No. We've always had our own home, but my parents moved. This probably was right before COVID. They would come. I'm about to buy another house. So during that process of looking for the house and selling the house, they stayed with us. And then
they moved out, and then they moved in.
Exactly.
I get it.
So when you doing that, is it like a timeline? Like, yo, y'all got 3 months?
Yeah, we got a year, 2 years to see if
How
they
it works.
like Atlanta. That was one of the main reasons. If they like it, it was no need for them to come buy a house here.
Immediately, yeah.
Immediately when
I
they
think
can
that's
just
so
move in with us, see if they like the city.
Aww.
They like the city. Hey.
I got a question. Has
Big
anybody walked in on you?
That happened to you, right?
That's a good question.
For real.
Everybody respect everybody's privacy. So the Gatewoods live on the top, the Rosses live on the middle level, and the Riches live on the basement level. So
I don't know.
That's dope.
I don't know if everybody respecting everybody's stuff, because I feel like them patty pie, them little pies, them patties, baby. It got intense. And I'm like, well, who got the damn patties then? Let's get to the bottom of it.
It's
I know y'all like go eat.
them patties slamming though.
I was gonna say, do you eat the patties too?
Of course.
I think, and then the accent gets to going. I live for that. It was hilarious.
It was good.
Yeah, the house is on fire.
I need me a box of patties next time.
I was gonna say,
Right.
I next time I don't bring no patties for nobody.
Right.
Oh, then everybody got quiet. Like, yeah, mama, okay.
But
Don't do us like that.
Mama seemed kind of young, though.
She
I
is.
I was like,
Their whole family is
she
very,
looked mad
very
young.
young and fun.
Nah,
Seems like it's never a dull
Beautiful
moment.
lady, man. She keeps take really good care of us.
even Pops, though. Pops has a young
Pops seem a
spirit,
little
young
quiet.
energy. Nah.
Is he low key?
Pops just chill. Pops chill.
Okay. I guess you
That's
gotta
my
have
dog.
some good people with.
That's my
young.
dog.
Seem like he got a young spirit,
Yeah,
too.
Pops got a 6-pack at 60 plus.
Word.
Ripped up, still working
I
out.
love it.
That's what's up.
Now, Todd,
What's up? We were talking about family.
We talked about
It was all good.
Speaking of
It was all
family,
good.
let's keep it
Here we
moving.
go.
Let's get
What's
into
going
it. So, your wife, y'all having this kitchen moment, and she's looking beautiful in her yellow. I thought.
Oh, she was looking amazing.
Why didn't you take advantage of that moment? Instead, you want to go over to the pool to clean up shit. You want to go over to the pool to clean up stuff.
That ain't what happened in that. We were talking about me traveling.
Wait, we gonna get to that
Oh,
too.
okay.
But I just want to know, as soon as you walked in and saw her in that yellow sports bra, biker
Yeah,
shorts, you was talking about just last week how you don't be
Bend
cute
over.
and
Let me
you know
get
what I'm saying?
this.
Yeah,
Right.
come on now, you should be like right now, boom,
the bathroom.
let's go.
So y'all looking for the Candy and Todd sex tape? You know the cameras was there. Like she was looking good,
Right,
but the
right,
cameras
right,
was like,
right.
Well,
"What I
at least
could
when
have
the cameras
did."
cut off, did you get it?
I don't know, probably not.
All right, no.
Probably not.
So serious, so tired.
She probably had to go to a meeting or something. Cameras up, baby. I gotta
She
go.
works all the time, but I mean, what's wrong with that? Her
It's
working
not-
all the time.
Hey, it's nothing wrong with that. I'm supportive. I'm down. I'm down.
Okay.
I'm down for the, for the mogul lifestyle. I want her to do her thing. I'm here to make it happen.
Does it really disrupt the lifestyle when she's traveling like that? Or did you just say that because she?
Well, I just said it because she said it to me, like shit.
Ladies, you see how
you
guys
think
do?
that
You
feel?
said it to me,
But-
we'll say it back to you.
But my thing is, my little weekend here or there, and you're 3-4 weeks at a
Yeah.
time. How would this disrupt more than that?
I agree. I
you know what I
agree.
mean? It's like, help me out.
I actually sided with you this time around. Because,
Appreciate it.
yeah, I mean, I feel like
We got one, fellas. We did it.
y'all up right now. No, I do know that you sacrifice because raising children and just your family is hard sometimes.
yeah.
And sometimes you have to step up and be the full-time daddy.
And to keep it real, because I don't want people thinking.
No, I know.
No, I want to paint the right picture. We do have help at the house.
Right.
But I do take them to school. I'm a part of the day-to-day. I'm not there all day slaving and cooking. And,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't want people to think, oh
Yeah,
my God, he's
poor
really.
Todd, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to
But
be
no,
honest. You know what I
I'm-
mean?
Just when she's on the road or when she's working and traveling, you're having to be the primary caregiver ultimately.
Right.
Like you're the, in a two-parent home, and there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people, don't understand that. Sometimes there are, let's just say, daycare. There's stay-at-home dads. There's
Right.
stay-at-home moms.
Right.
Neither is, greater than the other one. But I will say, Candy felt the need to bring up the fact that you like to travel for fun a lot.
Yeah.
What's that about? I mean, hasn't that always been the thing?
I
in
can't
your-
get my
in your
weekend
marriage?
up out of here. Like,
But
you like to travel for work. I would travel for work, but I don't have to travel for work right now. So every once in a while, hey, my boy's going to Miami. Oh yeah, I'm
Let's
coming.
go.
what's going on with your Jersey house?
Jersey crib.
Did you sell it? What-
No, I'm
Did you
renovating
use
it.
some of that furniture to furnish it?
Nah. I'm gonna let all of that stay where it's at, or we could donate it.
Why? It's furniture. It's not being used. Why wouldn't you use it?
Cause I got a style of what I'm looking for
okay.
for this spot. I'm going for this look. It's more
Are you gonna be
clean.
spending time there or something?
Yeah.
That's your spot, man. You need your alone
Right.
time.
And Jersey's
Now,
a
wait a
beautiful
No, but
place
time
to
out,
be, by the way.
time out.
Stand up.
We got a fellas trip. Yo, we gonna stay at
Yeah.
the crib at Jersey. We gonna go to a
Yeah.
Yankee game. We gonna go kick it in
Got
New
it.
You
York.
can also
Okay.
get a room in Jersey or whatever. I mean, to her
I got a
point,
crib.
she
I
does feel
own-
like, okay,
but
you
I
own
own
it. I
it.
thought you would rent it, Airbnb it, lease it, or something like that. I didn't know you were dolling it all up so you can stay there.
You can't Airbnb it. That's just against the rules of the board.
Okay.
I could do long-term leasing, and I may do that. But right now,
Sounds like that might be a better thing.
right now I'm renting. Nah, why should it
Keep
be?
that mug.
You know,
man.
I'm trying to figure out.
Why?
Let me ask you
And
this.
fellas, jump in. Like, what do y'all think? Like, yo,
Keep it.
Oh, 100% keep it. I got
You
a
know
spot
what?
in Jersey too.
don't look at my man's like that. Don't look at my man's like that.
Hey, I do.
Gotta keep it.
Yeah, he got a spot in Jersey, so
real.
it's not. Why when we have something, it's a thing.
No,
And-
I get it. I feel like you probably feel like you need this spot though because your name isn't on the deed.
Not at all. I don't care. Like, and you said it. You was like, how are you not?
How
on-
are you
how
not
you
on
not
the
on
deed?
the house?
Like that is a
that-
question. Like I don't understand.
We're married.
Right, which is why it should be. A
If something
50-50.
happens tomorrow to my wife, where does the house go?
Where does the house go?
To me and the kids.
Are you sure?
Naturally. Like, dude,
I'm just
we were
saying,
sitting with our accountant. Let me tell you this. We were sitting with our accountant, and I was like, yeah, my name ain't on it. He was like, that shit don't matter. He's like, all of the equity that's been built in it over this time, y'all were married. That's half yours. But I don't care about that fucking house.
Do y'all have a prenup?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Yeah. So anything before we said is, yours. But
that wasn't
the
before.
equity came during us being together.
No, but the house wasn't before it. So
The
that's
equity.
technically.
Yeah, you're missing a part. The equity. So if it went up 500,000, technically half of that would be
Is
mine.
it premarital assets though?
Hey, it doesn't even really matter.
But it does.
No, let me
Let me
I
tell you
think
why
it's-
I think it matters. It matters to women, right? I got married. I moved into my husband's home.
Right.
I was salty about it. I was like, wait, what? And I'm not going on deed. I'm like, okay, cool. That's fine. But I'm not looking to raise my children or bring up a family because this is all premarital stuff and I want something that we can grow in together. It don't even have to be $1 million home. It could be a $200, whatever. It could be a little shanty, a shack, whatever. I want to know that it's something that we're doing together and something that we can grow in together. Not like, oh, it's you over here. Because you even made the reference of, that was your mattress. You didn't even bother to flip it over. There are some feelings about that.
Well, no. The thing I was saying with that was, she's saying this crib, I used to live there with somebody else, right? So I said, okay, well, when we were dating and I was coming to the house that you had purchased and you had did all your just kicking it in, I was like,
Kicking it.
you had been in that
so
motherfucker
messy.
probably like 20 years. It's frolicking and flipping and rumbling and tumbling. So I'm not tripping. I wasn't like, hey, I don't want to come over here and come to my spot in the city. I'm like, cool, like, we grown-ups, man. I'm about to be 50 in 2 years. I ain't tripping.
Well, you know what?
And I'm gonna give you this point. The house is such a small percentage of what we've done together.
That's true.
If
But at
I'm not
that
worried
point-
about, we got so much other shit that my name is on and our name is on that's so far more valuable that are assets, not a liability. I'm good.
Ladies,
What about
we up.
you?
Yeah,
We up, ladies.
No, I think women might care more about that, like you stated. But I
Yeah,
think from a male's
sure.
perspective, I mean, we do everything to make sure our family is taken care of anyway. The house that we've had in the past, Sonya and I wouldn't have picked that house. The cars that we've driven, I wouldn't have picked that car. So if we happen to something bad happen to us, she can have all that. We're built to rebuild. That's who we are as men. So
Y'all are some great guys.
we don't really care about that type of stuff.
Well, that's awesome. Hey, Ralph.
Hey, it was good.
How you feeling today?
Great.
Wait, before we move on.
Okay,
How
what?
you feel? Do you feel the same way about, because how do y'all feel
Yeah,
about my
I
name
mean-
not being on it? Like some guys would be
I
like,
don't care.
"No, I ain't
All of
looking
y'all
no
share
way."
so
your
I gotta-
deeds with
I
your
gotta-
wives? Are y'all all 50-50 on your deeds or
In
on
the
your house?
past, I was.
Okay.
But this house right now, I'm not.
Okay.
Really?
Well,
So
I'm
me,
tripping
I
on-
come, it's a little different for me though. You know what I'm saying? And you know what it is? It's probably something from, my childhood. I cannot have somebody ever say, hey, this is my house, get out, And like for me not to have any kind of ownership, that'll be a problem for me. So I want to make sure that I never have any kind of issues.
Got you.
And I'm with it, if we make a decision, then we're making a decision together. All right, cool. This ain't something that's going on. This is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna take the equity and do X, Y, Z. But it's not gonna. No one is ever gonna be in a position to ever go and say you can get out of my crib.
Shit, she could say it with your name on the motherfucker.
Yeah,
You can get out.
That's true.
Call the police. Who they gonna tell to leave? Not her.
Hey.
Her and her kids are staying in there.
That's a
blood.
little bit of a difference.
Go to the
but, hey,
hotel.
It's a little bit of a difference.
I'm just telling you, she can do it.
true.
However, it ain't gonna really matter. And my thing too is just how you set it up, how you build the empire. You know what I mean? And what your
Okay, can I just say, but in the beginning, there was no empire for y'all. There was
wasn't.
what she had and what you had.
It
So
wasn't.
you really had to step out on faith and a leap of prayer and know and be. You were in it for the right reasons. You were
And-
like, I'm here because I love this woman, and I'm glad you
I
guys
jumped
have
out-
been able to
I
grow.
jumped-
But
I jumped out
a lot
the
of people don't
window.
jump out the window like that.
I jumped out the window. A lot of my buddies was like, yo, don't quit your job, because I had to give up my job. But the thing is, I know what I do it well. So
Yeah.
if it didn't work out, all right,
good.
cool. I'm in
Yeah,
Atlanta. At the time,
yeah.
Atlanta was still cheap. I'm like, I'm gonna be okay if this
Gotcha.
shit don't work out.
Yeah.
So
We're built to rebuild. That's
I love
who
that.
we are.
I love that.
like that, put it on a t-shirt.
I like that too. I
Get
like
that at you know, the
Built
husbands
to
of Atlanta
rebuild.
shop with
Built
us.
to rebuild.
So, Raph, I feel like rebuilding is something that you were definitely doing in this past week's episode. Hats off to you. I commend you because you have pretty much raised the bar for all date nights.
Man.
Like, when I tell you,
man.
you laid it out,
Killed it.
baby.
At first, I didn't know what was going on.
I was like,
Killed it.
I'm talking about killed. I said, is this, are they
Killed
going
it.
to renew their vows or
Well, you know, at first I
It
didn't know
was
what was
beautiful,
going
Ralph.
on. She was like, well, where are we? You was like, at my homeboy's
I know.
some shop.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, why you got
Why you take over there?
And when he walked through that door, I was
Man.
like, well, man.
Like, seriously, you gave me chills.
Killed
I
it.
love it. I love it. I was over
killed
at
it.
You-
Ariake. That's
it was
an
an
upscale
all-day thing.
Tailor. You know,
All day. I was
you
gonna
gotta
say,
definitely check
all
it
The
out.
fact that,
Ariake.
let's just take it back. Let me rewind back. You didn't just say, okay, I'm going to take you out. You started
All
with
day.
the glam that we love.
Oh,
You
yeah.
pampered her.
It was throughout the
Hair,
day.
ladies, makeup, you know, wardrobe. That's why I brought up that yellow dress. Like, you brought the sunshine for real. And I know if she felt special.
I also bought her an
hell, I
Escalade.
felt,
And
Oh, they ain't even
Escalade.
show that.
They didn't even
see?
show that. I bought her an Escalade also.
come again and say
Brand
what?
new. I bought her a brand new Escalade, refrigerator inside, massaging chairs, you know,
What?
Thing.
everything with the bow on
Okay,
top.
I'm gonna change your name from Rough Ralph to Romantic Ralph. You got it, you got it. You won me over because when I tell you it was such a beautiful thing to see because a lot of men, black men in particular, don't really know how to court or date. It's just not.
Don't get canceled now.
They don't.
Don't have us cancel it.
Like, well, listen, you don't know how to date women
Come on,
properly,
man.
you know, and it's like just to see that it was like refreshing in a sense, and it didn't have to be an anniversary, it didn't have to be a push present or a birthday, or it was just a regular date night, and it really does matter when you're married to have those type of nights. So I was like, man, hats off to this brother, like. He really like
Killed it.
stepped.
Yeah,
He
that
killed
was
it. I didn't notice one thing wrong. Like the food came out, I was like,
killed it.
and the food looked good. He didn't give you the, you didn't, you know, you just
Well thought
broke.
out.
It was well thought out. So just to see it go from being so beautiful to just a wreck at the end was kind of heartbreaking. I mean, what do you think the turning point was for that night?
You know, so the whole night was supposed to be me having an opportunity to treat my woman like a queen, like Cinderella. And that was the theme I was going for. I want you to pretty much have the glass slipper, have the dress, have the glam and everything else in order for you to feel like incredible, that no one, and I know it came from the assistant and everything that happened there. I wanted to make sure that, you know, for everything that we were going on, I wanted to make sure that she felt special and also know how I felt about her. And so, you know, the date started going off well, and it was just different things that she started mentioning, like, you know, it's the ups and the downs, you know, and I'm thinking to myself like, well, you know, and I tried to like set the stage, baby, this is not to fix anything. We got counseling in a couple days.
Talk about it then.
Let's just
While
go
holding the
and
hand.
have a
Yeah,
date.
no,
While
that was
holding the hand.
Yeah, that was
Exactly, you know what I'm
dope.
saying? Let's just have a moment to where we can be one.
And that's the tough part when a man is willing to be vulnerable and be like, yo, I apologize. I just wanted to do something special for tonight. Can we leave that shit on the side until we do our counseling and
Yeah.
just enjoy each other right now? Why can't we ever just, you know what I mean? Like, you tell us, like, why?
All right,
why
so
can't
I'm
that
going to tell
happen?
you, and I am not a therapist. I did study psychology and
Oh, my
sociology in school, but I ain't your therapist. But I'm going to tell you from my perspective, or from a female perspective, like that whole night was beautiful. But when I think one of the triggers was when you said, and there's no right or wrong to this. You feel how you feel, but when you said it's God, me, my wife, then the kids. I think that was the first trigger for her. Because she probably felt like it should be God, her, the kids, and then.
Can I say
yourself.
something before he answers? Mm-hmm. When I heard that, for me looking at him, I'm like, he's feeling like he's been sacrificing so much that it's my turn.
Right.
Like, have you ever been in a relationship? You feel like it's my turn. Can I get
Like,
my
can I
turn?
get-
Like
I gotta take care of
I've been
myself
back here fucking
some
yeah.
point.
You can do it. You can do it. Can I get that?
Well, I did.
That's
hear
how
that.
I watched it.
I okay, so because I'm on the outside, when I watched it, I did feel like Ralph felt like he had been sacrificing. I agree with you on that because even just last week when we talked, he was like, my dreams. kind of like, what about my, you know what I mean? I've been putting my dreams on the back burner.
Right.
So to support your dreams. And I'm not doing that no more. So I definitely got that from it.
Right.
But it's not, I always say, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And I don't think that she was ready to receive that.
You want to hear something interesting? It wasn't even that. It wasn't even about my dreams. My order of God, myself, is because if I'm empty, I have nothing to give. You know,
Gotta take care of
like
yourself.
I have nothing to
See?
give anyone, so I'm on empty. So I need to be able to fill my cup in order for me to give everything else. For me to be the best provider. For me
See?
to
Gotta take care of yourself.
you gotta do it. It all comes down.
See, this
to
is
just
why
taking
these
care of your
conversations are
wellness.
important because
The
honestly,
perspective
Raph,
be so different.
it's so different because if you had explained it to her in that moment, the way you just explained it to us, you can't help but respect and understand that. How am I going to give you something that I don't even have? I got to make sure my love tank is full in order to gas you up. I get that, but it didn't come out like that. And that's my thing with you. I want us to work on how you say things.
It's challenging also because I did say it. You know what I'm saying? It's a small amount of time that, respectfully, it's a small amount of time in order for you to get everything. So you're not going to hear every single word that I
Right.
say.
I get it.
But
I
my
get it.
wife has heard this a million times over. So it's like I've painted that picture. Like my cup. Think about Tampa. I was empty. I had nothing left to give. So it's not something that this is new where I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna just deliver this in the worst way I possibly can. It's genuine, but this is who I am. And also I do need to work on some delivery also. I know, being 100,
That's why we said
But-
you're rough. You're a little rough.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm cut.
Okay.
From Jersey.
So, because I saw,
Yo, from Jersey, that's how we do
Hey.
it.
Ralph, even here,
Jersey
body
Springs.
language changes when I can always tell when you start, okay, he ain't feeling this. Because she said, this shows me that we can make it work. We can work. This shows me that we're going to make it. You said, this shows you we're going to make it? Kind of like, so none of the other stuff I've done in the past have shown you that we're going to make it. This shows you?
Yeah, it kind of hurt him a
And
little bit.
that bothered you. But as a woman, she probably didn't even mean it like that. She probably meant it like, and I can only assume, I don't know. But when she said it, I was like, she was excited, like, yeah, so we're going to be all right. Like, my husband does love me. Like, this is awesome. But you took it as like, when somebody says, I love you, but, then it's like, well, all the rest of the stuff just goes out the window because you didn't put a but behind, I love you.
I've been
And that means it don't
doing
even,
so much-
I'm doing so much to give to you. And you didn't just say, so this is like, what are you talking about your Escalade? This shows you? You know what I mean? So I think y'all are a beautiful couple. I just think that y'all got to work on communication, and I'm happy that you're still going to therapy, for sure. Because just a night like that, it should have ended in some great sex.
Only butt naked.
And I
Hey,
hate
that
that
would've been
On the
your-
roof,
that
felt
would've
the
been
need
your
to walk
one of
out.
three.
I hate that she was left at the table crying. You know what I mean? It just, like, why do you think she feels like she needs to walk on eggshells? Because I did hear that, and I'm like, that's not the way to be in a marriage.
I think she probably feels that way. It's sometimes our conversations can get a little tough. We've been through so much. We got challenges in all aspects of our life. Trying to work on a blended family and coming together in that capacity. Her career and getting back to it. The dreams and goals that I have. So we have these different things that sometimes, and also just building an empire. That's painful at times. You're gonna bump heads. You're not gonna. Everybody's sacrificing. People are not feeling appreciated. So yeah, sometimes I can go off a little bit, and sometimes I can be triggered. She can be triggered, And so we go through our differences, which I call growing pains. But yes, we do need counseling to be able to get us through, to help us to communicate effectively on what each of us is saying. She's an actress. I'm a business guy. So we miss each other sometimes just because we're wired differently.
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
real.
For sure. That makes me think about you and Candy, Todd.
Yeah, because she's the
just-
creative. That creative
exactly,
mind is
that whole
than
different-
someone who's logistical in business and numbers and, shit has to go this way because it's going to cost this. You know what I mean? It's like two different people, but that's what makes it beautiful because it works. You know what I mean? And it can work. You know what I mean?
Candy mentioned that you might be in your feelings because of the play that she's doing, which big ups to her, is amazing. All black production.
Dope. Lots of element. It was dope.
You weren't on that, and everything
I
that
wasn't.
you do, you guys kind of do it together nowadays.
Yeah.
And she felt like maybe all this traveling you're doing is because you like in your feelings. Is there some truth to that? Like, are you in your
I think
feelings?
I'm in my
about that?
feelings, but I'm not traveling because I'm in my feelings.
Got you. Why are you in your feelings?
I think whenever your teammate is growing separate from you, you feel away.
You feel that you guys are growing separate from each other?
Well, whenever there's a project that I'm not a part of, and I'm so used to us doing everything together, yeah, it's like, oh, okay, you over there, but I'm right here. You know what I mean?
Well,
so it's like.
Do you think that she would feel that way if you went out and did a project and she wasn't a part of it?
She told me she would. She told me, I asked her a question. I was like, yo, so if I do my film thing, whatever, and it blows up, but it doesn't include you, it's my thing, would you feel away? And she said she would. And that's just her being honest.
For sure.
That's something
and
she
I'm happy
wants
that
to
you
do.
can be honest about the fact that you feel away.
Yeah, I definitely feel away because it's like, we're a team. And
yeah,
we see
you
a
are.
teammate over there talking about, oh yeah, we over here doing this.
Right.
But what about you?
Put me in, coach.
Yeah. You ain't gonna pass me the ball no more?
Yeah.
Like, you
put me
freezing
on
me
the bench.
out?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that doesn't feel good.
What does she have to say about it?
It's not even having anything to say. It's more so, it is what it is.
How do you fix it?
You fix it because you got to understand the bigger picture. So for me, I'm always looking at the bigger picture. Growth for her is growth for us. So at times when I'm in my feelings, all right, nigga, get out your feelings. Get out your feelings, support her, because that's going to make. So think about that. So let's rewind. That first play, she produced. This one we're doing now, we're both producers.
I love it.
You know what I mean? So it was the growth of me being able to play the position, and that's the hardest thing for a lot of people, is playing your position.
Gotta play your position.
Everybody has a position
everybody
to play.
has a- that's very true.
Sometimes you're not in the front. I'm a Leo. I'm supposed to be in the front.
Oh, calm down.
Just saying, read up on it.
Line, right?
Obama. Like,
Said put some respect on
I'm
my
just
name.
saying, but.
Okay, now you Obama.
I'm just saying, our birthday's the same day.
Okay.
I'm very presidential.
Okay.
You know?
So Todd, you are 10 years now. I'm sorry, you 10 years over us, all of us.
I am, but I'm looking good right now.
So you do.
My barber done dyed my shit. My line is super black right now.
You'd be the best at giving marital advice right now. I mean, you're older. You've been there, done that. You've taken your trips. You've done fatherhood well. I mean, what would you say for Ralph right now, where they left off in this past week's episode? I mean, they weren't in a good place at all. What does he need to do? What does she need to do?
The thing I loved is that they still love each other. Like, you could see that they're still there.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, they're still there. I even spoke to him and I was like, dude, the shit seemed real laughy, jokey about what's happening, but I saw how intense the shit was. Because I would laugh about it because I kind of felt like they were laughing, or not as, I was like, me and Candy would fucking be at war if it was some shit like this. But after I saw this episode, I was like, this shit ain't a game.
Yeah.
This shit is real for them and their family. You know what I mean? And he's making a big effort of, you know what? We gonna do, our therapy. I wanna show you I love you. Can we have a great night? And when she just didn't let the night happen, I felt for him like, fuck. Because I would have been wilding.
Look at how guys look at it. Like I heard you say, she didn't let the night happen, right?
Well, because from what I saw, it felt like she just wanted to have this conversation right now. And it's like,
not right now. We can have it, but not right now.
And so I think for
we got
women,
we got therapy already set.
I get it. I think for women, and just in the comments, I've just read where women are like, it's almost like sometimes guys can pull out their guns, fire off a couple shots, then holster it and tell you to, by the time you pull out your gun, now they want you to holster it. Now it's no longer a shootout. We'll come back to it later. And women looking at it felt like, well, he already coming off of last week's episode of the assistant drama. Now we at this romantic dinner, he said his sayings with, how he's placing the order of himself with his family, and how, then he got intense with the whole, oh, this is making you, and then y'all are having an argument, kind of, so to say. Why should she be quiet now? Like, why can't we just go ahead and talk about it? Then she mentions communication being an issue for them, not being able to talk things through.
But why are we going through all of this after I already asked you, can we
Because I think that's the question.
And have a good time?
So then maybe Ralph, in the future, you take charge after you say, let's table it and let's have a good time. And she bring it back up. You be like, no, babe, I'm not talking with you
I
about
said a couple of times actually.
He did.
Okay.
But the thing is that it's.
Because we only see so much. TV, there are edits, and that's why this is important.
Yeah.
Because when it's edited, it looks like sometimes it does paint you to be somewhat of an asshole. And I want you to be able to say, like, so this is not what it was. Like the whole Escalade bit, all this stuff. Like I tried to have it tabled for a while, or, let's wait. I didn't see none of that. All I saw was, okay, I feel like I'm walking on eggshells. Well, it was kind of like combative, and I didn't like it. And then I think y'all need to do therapist too. Like the fact that your therapist refers to you as a maniac, I don't think that's cool. I think he should be able to choose other words.
Nah, he actually has helped us tremendously. Like when I mean beyond, and it's it's an East Coast thing. It's like. So I didn't take it that way.
Don't say East Coast thing, because I'm from Atlanta.
Where you from? That's not the East Coast, though.
Okay, well we say East Side, shouty. Like
you're not from.
Oh, so wait, so hold on. What's the South? But I'm thinking like by way of Decatur. I'm on the East Side of Georgia.
You're not from up top.
Because I'm thinking that your therapist is here, right?
No, he's from up top also. He's from.
Oh,
he's from New York.
I thought you guys were seeing somebody locally on the East Side, like.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So he's actually based in D.C.
Communication.
People's
Communication.
Exactly.
So when it was like maniac, he used me. I'm like, we don't
So
use
you
that.
see how you just put all of these things together right here to piece your puzzle together, and that puzzle is wrong?
It's wrong.
Like those are the challenges that people run into because we start assuming all of the time, But the thing is, when we were going through our situation with counseling and everything, and how we were trying to just put everything in perspective, this night was only supposed to be just like, let me appreciate you for a second. Let's get back to dating, right? Mm-hmm. Let's go and experience the reason why we came together in the first place. That's it, Let's just bask in that moment of why we're even here, why we're even trying. Let's not talk about the challenges because we got time for that. And we already know that we can't really talk, without somebody else there. We got bigger issues, and it's only going to explode. So that dinner was only supposed to be like romantic. Let me go and shower you.
That too when I
Let me make you feel like a queen. That was it.
And a look on his face, like I was really wild. Like when he was like, "Yo, let me take your hand," I was like, "He's really in this
He's
moment."
trying, he's trying to make it special.
And for me, it wasn't like he was saying, "Let's forget about all of it, move on." He was like,
Well, he actually did say, "We'll talk about it in therapy." I did hear that.
In therapy, it wasn't like forget it.
Right,
Let's leave that shit alone
right.
and let's just be happy.
Yeah.
He's like, we gonna deal
Let's
with our
enjoy this
problems.
now.
Yeah. So
We're just gonna have
put that gun down for a second. Hey, we're gonna put all the guns down, and we're gonna just chill. Let's eat.
So I mean, I did hear that the assistant is 50 years old, and I'm gonna just say for ladies, for women, 50 is not old. Like there are some fine 50. As a matter of fact, Nene Leakes, Cynthia Bailey, those ladies were on the show, and they are 50 and up, and they're beautiful. Like smashable. You know what I mean? So like let's not just count out the assistant because she's 50 now. Lady got a big old dome. You still talking to her. Why do you feel the need to continue the relationship?
It wasn't. We had to just finish out things. It's like sunsetting something. You got projects going on. We just had to just finish out the business just so we're complete. And then that was, what I'm saying, that was it. So I had to take care of that. I'm responsible. I communicated it the best I possibly could to set expectations. And, we took care of it.
You had a book deal on the table, right? Like
yeah.
she set that book
so
deal.
she set my book deal up. So I'm writing a book. It's called The Step in Parenting, and so it really, truly is a lot of great things. It was positive momentum going on. And so we just had to just take care of this, the finalizing all of the things that we had to do, and then we're good.
Okay. Wait, can I just say something? Mm-hmm. My man made it to The View. Whoopi said your name, dude.
You did?
Whoopi.
Yeah.
What'd she say?
She was talking about the massage situation. We ain't got to go back there.
You can't just say he made it to The View and not give us any context.
Hey, cuz, go watch it on your own time. Anyway, my dude made it to The View. That's when you know.
I guess that little massage might have paid off a little bit there, huh? He made it.
They was talking about my man's on The View.
Right.
Well,
Oh, yeah, this is going
listen,
in.
I want your viewpoint on how to raise these black men or young boys. Marlo was talking about how she's raising her nephews. And how the conversation came up about how you talk to them about sex, pretty much. How do you talk to young men about sex, especially for the single moms out there, or just people that are trying to figure out how do I communicate with my young son about sex, men and women both? Tell us how.
You want to start? You want to take this?
Yeah, for me, my mom had me at a young age. So the one thing she did for me is kept it 100. My mom had my brother at 14.
Wow.
So that means she started a little earlier. You know what I mean? So around that middle school area, that's the age that I coach right now. So I've had these conversations with middle school kids.
All right, I'm
With some
him.
of the kids
I'm a
I
middle
mentioned.
schooler. How you talking to me?
Strap up.
Right off the gate?
Like, what? You gonna
Strap
get the
up.
They're like,
gat?
strap up? Like, what do you mean? Like,
Strap up.
my laces are tied, coach.
So the thing, if you're gonna do it, basically I talk to him about it's a responsibility. Hey, don't do it, da, 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 all of that talk. But then he's gonna do what he wanna do. Right. It's a bunch of kids out here that's having sex at 13 years old. So if you're going to do it, make sure you use
Wear a
protection.
condom.
My approach is also, similar to that. I actually take the approach of actually making sure I can relate on that level and talk about my experience when I was his age also to make them feel comfortable, because if they don't feel comfortable, they're not going to keep it real with you. They're not going to tell you what's going on.
And if you don't keep it real with them,
Yes.
they ain't coming to you.
Right, exactly.
Like,
so
man, come
I make
on.
sure that you understand you can come and talk to me because you need to, number one, know how to put it on, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
What to expect, and so
Okay.
we can be cool with it. Because if you're going to do it, it's either they're going to tell you about it or they're going to sneak. And so,
Either way,
but it's going to happen.
it's going to happen.
It's going to happen, So it's a matter of how you want to approach it. Matter of fact, my son, he's 11. He came to me and he was like, yeah. So this little, this boy put his thing on this girl's butt. I'm like, at 11? Oh, all right.
Wow.
We may be close to that conversation. Let's go and talk about this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it does happen, and it's happening earlier. So you'll be foolish if you think that they're just this great kid because they have exposure from school
For
that
sure, and so
nobody
much
knows
at a
about.
younger age now.
They're raising school is
Yes.
raising them.
Yes.
So Joe,
was-
go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing with my mom. My mom, I think I was 10, 11. She gave me the condoms.
Yeah.
Had somebody show me how to put them on. And her friends was like, yo, you
Wait,
wild.
she had somebody else show you how to put it on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not on me, but, just kind of
I
like.
hope not.
Pinch the top, you roll it down.
Oh, wow.
Let me give you this
That's
lesson.
dope.
But her friends were like, you're wilding. But my mom, it was just me and her. And when you're a single mom raising a son, you gotta be because we all we got.
Right.
It's us. You know what I mean? It ain't no
Yeah.
man here. My dad passed when I was 3. But the thing is, for me, is you gotta be transparent. You gotta let these kids know, because you want to keep that line of communication open. You know what I mean? So
Gotta feel free to talk to you.
yeah.
So speaking of feeling free to talk, JoJo mentioned that if you don't say it, if you keep some things off, then it ain't lying. I wonder who taught him that.
Wasn't me.
Who said that?
JoJo.
Wait, he said it on the show?
Hollering,
Yeah,
yes.
I missed that part.
He said it.
Oh, cuz I'd have used that line. I'm like, JoJo said.
Like, this guy's a genius already. 11 what? Oh my gosh, yeah. So great parenting. He already know how to do it. I'm like, this man.
I didn't
Okay.
Yeah,
No, so I mean, what do you say to young guys that are coming up and this came up. So I hate when I see young men go down for things and then later on you find out that it wasn't what we thought it was. Meaning they engaged in sex. One person says it was consensual. One person says it was not consensual. How do you keep our young guys from engaging in that type of behavior where it could come back and really haunt them or their careers or, do you know what I mean? And is it to the point now with this Gen Z, is it to the point to where you got to get papers on everybody now?
Yo,
Like sign
right
right here.
here real
If you know, how do you tell your young boys like, okay, we always say no means no, but I mean that now it's his word against hers, and how do you do it?
I think it's choices. Choosing who you choose to lay down with. You know what I mean? You at the nightclub, bottles is popping, it's a great night, and shorty right, you gonna take.
But these are kids. I mean, not even the bottle club. I'm saying like just young kids in general who think they're engaging in consensual sex, and maybe something goes left. The girl's mad that he didn't call her back, or they break up, or anything can happen. and I'm not saying that, please ladies don't take, I'm not saying that, I'm not victim blaming or any of that. I'm just trying to protect our young boys and help them make responsible decisions. How do they move forward in their sex life with consensual sex and also protecting themselves down the line for the future? Because I mean, your son could grow up to be an athlete, you know, then the person that took his virginity or took her virginity could come back and say, well, when we were 12, you know what I'm saying? And then now it's like, he's in the hot seat and you're like, oh my God, my son would never, but now it's his word against her word. How do we protect our babies?
I don't think it's anything that we can say as a father to tell them that, because at that age, I don't think they have enough discernment, even us at this age, to know, oh, this the right one. She ain't gonna do me like that. Right. The shit happens. So I think the question should be, what should the women should be telling the daughters and all of them to not put us in those situations? I think that should be the question. When it comes to sex, I think we have no control of what's gonna happen.
So from this side, as a mom of a daughter now, and me, I grew up with only women. Like I'm the youngest of 3 girls. How do you know? Like it's almost like if my daughter comes to me and tells me that your son did this.
Yeah.
I know my daughter, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? I have to side with her. I have to take her.
No, I'm not saying you as a mom in that moment.
But it's like, how do I raise? You get what I'm saying? Like, I raised her to be responsible, but I don't know if she has,
she's gonna lie
you know,
about something.
if she, our children lie, all of them, boys,
you're
girls,
right.
black, white, Hispanic, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We've all told a lie, whether it be a white lie or a big bold lie.
Right.
Like, it happens.
Yeah.
But some lies are bigger than others. We have people come out after, you know, people have been incarcerated 10, 20 years to say, oh, I made it up, I was just mad, and I didn't want to live with the guilt anymore. I don't want my child to be a victim.
But I think
wait,
situation.
one thing I was gonna say is, I use this phrase, it's called CYA, cover your ass. And this is what I tell everyone to do. Even, you know, people I work with, and we work with, the whole entire team. If somebody tells you to do something, you go and make sure you have a paper trail of it, you know? So I would go and even say, hey, make sure if you go and sleep with somebody or you got a relationship, make sure you send a text message like, hey, had a great time last night with you, and make sure you get something to where you get that whole entire paper trail of what's going on. It just happened with Chris Brown,
I was just gonna say that.
It just happened with Chris Brown.
Paper trail,
Man,
where the girl was just mad that the relationship didn't grow to be more than what she thought, you know, than what it was. It was sex. And she wanted more, and he had to text to prove it. But God forbid, what if he didn't have those texts?
And that's the problem. That's why you gotta CYA.
Yeah,
you can do now.
You can own. That's the only thing you can do.
You need a
text
paper
message, Instagram. You need a paper trail to go and cover you to make sure that nobody don't try to say anything, because that's the challenge. It's your word against mine, and they're always going to believe a woman before taking a man.
Well, I don't know now. The way this
100%.
Johnny Depp conversation is going,
But he
was definitely a victim as well. He had proof.
He had
So
proof.
Basically, ladies and gentlemen, you got to cover your ass both ways. I mean, CYA. I guess you
CYA.
can say that.
That's tough.
All right, I have one more question for our generation, our babies. How do we raise them to not be spoiled brats, but responsible, law-abiding citizens? But also, we want to give them the nicer things in life. That came up as well in this episode, and I just want each one of your viewpoints on it. Start with you, Raph.
All right. That's hard, because I'm still trying to learn that balance now. So, you know, I want my kids to grow up living a much better life than I grew up, but it's hard to place a line. So I've done different things where I'll go and try to take them over to the hood just to go and see what that looks like and appreciate it. I took them over to DR and was like, hey, kids, look out the window. You see what this looks like here? They don't appreciate it. They like, man, we know we going back home to the house, you know, with the pool in the backyard. So it is creating some kind of balance where I'm trying to, you know, make sure that they stay humble, appreciate what they have, but know that there are people that don't have, that have less, you know.
What about you, Ross?
I definitely think it's a challenge. Just to reiterate what Ralph was saying. We want our kids to have better than what we had. That's the ultimate goal. But trying to teach them that balance of, hey, daddy grew up like this. It's other kids growing up way more unfortunate
Than what you have.
But they don't live that life. So when you don't live that life, you can't really appreciate that struggle.
Yeah.
So it's a fine balance. It's it's a fine line. Just hopefully you keep doing what you're doing, raising them and exposing them to as much as you possibly can as far as the other side of things and how it could be, and hopefully they'll gain an appreciation over time.
Now, Todd, you have older babies and young babies.
Yeah.
So you have some experience in this department. I think you have two very successful daughters that are older and driven and doing their thing despite how they were raised. Both Kayla and Riley are doing very well. So how do you make sure these next two little rascals turn out to be,
Well,
good eggs?
with Ace, Ace is already working, so I teach him. Like if you ask him, if you want something, what you gotta do, he's gonna say put in work.
You gotta work.
That's our thing. You gotta put in work. So he does his little acting thing and all his little stuff that he does. Like he has a bank account that I was like, I don't know if I had that kind of money when I was 20.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But it's stuff that he's actually
working.
put the work in to do. And I show him that. I'm like, dude, you putting in work. Like he has a stash in my drawer. I'm like, yo, what's in your stash? And he counts his stash. He's like, yo, I got $300 in my stash. What can I do to get more money? And I give him a little shit to do. But also when he plays sports. He plays baseball. But he's at a inner city, we could say hood environment.
Yeah.
Where the kids don't have everything he has. So
You can see it a little bit.
So he sees it directly.
Got it.
He has friends that are, they may not have as much as him, and it's not about that. They kids.
Right.
Kids don't understand.
They don't care, yeah.
Think about when we grew up. We didn't know shit was fucked up.
Right.
We was just
You just
living.
want to play.
We had fun.
Everybody got to be back home.
Flipping on the
Like,
pissy mattress, face all on the mattress. Yeah, I killed it.
Yeah.
But you didn't know.
Weeds, flowers,
Right.
and everything. Like, oh man, dandelions. Like,
Right.
This is cool.
But so we didn't know no better, but that was the beauty of us growing up in those environments. So right now, I could put him in all those environments. He's an innocent kid just having fun with other innocent kids.
Right.
He ain't looking at, oh, you hood, you ain't got what I got.
Right.
He like, yo, you cool?
Yeah.
We cool? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's
yeah.
my thing.
Exposure.
They gotta be exposed to everything.
Exposure.
I get it. Well, wrapping it up, we've talked about children, and you, all three of you guys have phenomenal baby mothers of your children, wives. They do an exceptional job with your children. We celebrated Mother's Day this past Sunday. So I just want you to tell each one of them, one by one, how amazing they are, why you love and you appreciate them. And also talk and shout out your mother, whether she's alive or gone. I want to hear about a great memory or moment.
Oh, that's some emotional shit she trying to figure.
Right.
All right, we'll start with you, Ross.
All right, where am I looking?
This is your camera right here.
That one right here.
Mama, I love you, baby. You did everything for me, put me in the position I'm in here right now. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. Baby, you my dog. We've accomplished a lot together, had pitfalls together. We riding it out till the wheels fall off. Happy Mother's Day to both of you. Love you.
All right, we'll let you go, Ralph. Romantic Ralph.
Oh, that's my name today.
Yes.
I heard all of these different ones.
You was rough, Ralph. Now that's romantic, Ralph.
Started off rough, but now he's romantic. We'll see what he's gonna be next week.
I know, right? It's a roller coaster. But I want to shout out my mother, Belinda Pittman, right out of New Brunswick, New Jersey. So I just want to say I love you so much, and who would I be without you? You definitely sacrificed a lot for me to be here today, so I definitely appreciate you and love you on today. To my wife, I know we going through so much and we got so much to grow and learn and build, but I just love the commitment and the effort you put in, the sacrifice that you made for me, just because I know that this journey is not easy, but we're doing it together, and I appreciate you standing by my side. I love you.
Yeah.
And Todd?
Player. Sharon Wells, best mother in the world, to the best son in the world. Mama, I love you. I'm doing what you raised me to do. You see it. KB, love you to death, man. You've given me the best gifts in the world, my kids, our family, and I love you, babe.
Yo, and one more, I'm sorry so much. Granny, without you, we wouldn't be here either. I love you so much, Grandma. You raised us when my mom was a baby, so you had to raise us as well. I love you, baby.
I was gonna say
And I
also
wanna end it
happy
with-
Mother's Day to
every-
all
yeah,
the
all-
all the
Yeah, I was
ladies
gonna
out
say,
here. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy
to y'all.
Mother's Day to everybody.
Mother's
And I
Day
just
to
want to
everybody.
read off one little quote because I want to give a shout out to all the mothers out there for sure. I just want to say, because I read this poem and I thought it was so fitting. How did you find the energy, moms? To do all the things you did, to be the teacher, nurse, counselor to me when I was a kid. How did you do it all, Mom? Be a chauffeur, cook, and friend, yet find the time to be a playmate. I just can't comprehend. I see now it was love, Mom, that made you come whenever I call. Your inexhaustible love, Mom. I thank you for it all. There's no love like a mother's love. Her heart is filled with care. With Christ as her example, her Savior's love she'll share. A mother's love is endless, not changing for all time. When needed by her children, a mother's love will shine. God bless these special mothers. God bless every one of them for all their tears and heartaches and special work they've done. When the days on earth are over, a mother's love lives on. Through many generations, God's blessing on each and every one. Be thankful for our mothers who love with higher love from power God has given and from the strength from up above. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Let's
Happy
toast it
Mother's
up.
Come on.
Mother's
Did you
Day.
read that on V103 earlier?
I
thought that was special fun.
Listening. Cheers and happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Sarah.
Yeah. Yo.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Stay tuned. Next week we got more Tia on Real Talk, the husbands of Atlanta. Guys, you know I'm coming for you next week. So,
So this one was
go
good.
ahead and-
You had my
go
man
ahead
feel like
and-
you was doing reunions. So stop
Yo.
that shit.
You know what I felt like?
Millions here.
I felt the tension because first of all, y'all didn't even tell me that y'all was gonna wear
Coming
black. So I
all
felt
black.
like
We
y'all was
coming to
finna
war today.
set it off.
Coming to war.
He was not fucking with her
They was
earlier.
giving set it off tease. That's okay.
You see
Next
Ross
week-
with the scully on. Like, that's a
got
mess
you.
right there. You know?
Next week on Real Talk, Husbands of Atlanta, I'm wearing my all black and my boxing gloves. Bring it.
I'm bringing the Timbs.
All right.
All right.
Right.